Hi Scorpio, I'm Noelle, and this is your reading for September 2021. As always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And if you want a personal reading, email me. I'll put that in the link below. And we'll get right into it. I have already meditated and shuffled your cards, and we're ready to go. So, the energy that you are in is the Ace of Pentacles. This is an awesome energy. This is probably the best energy of all the readings I have done so far. So you're just in new beginnings, bringing in money. Basically, you're in the energy of whatever you do right now on a creative front is going to be very lucrative. You're gonna have some success in it because in your past you have the Death card. So it's like a chapter of your life is ending or has ended, and now you've stepped into this new energy, and it's really positive. Because really, this is a really good reading so far. What's mirroring your energy, like above and below, conscious and subconscious, what's mirroring your Ace of Pentacles, this new energy, this new tangible, this is like windfall type of energy. I mean, the possibility of windfall if you act on this energy, which it's really, really fabulous. Because what is above you is the Knight of Wands, and then I use signifiers for the court cards. I'm using Colette Baron Reed's Wisdom of the Oracle deck, which are beautiful. And you got No Place Like Home, and it is 50, so it is 5, and it's a change number. And then you have the Knight of Wands, so that's a very Sagittarius card. I'm a little partial to Sagittarius. But anyways, it's an action card. It's excitement. It's, just starting something and just having a good time, having fun. And then No Place Like Home is authenticity, coming home to yourself, feeling at home, arriving at a place where you just fit in, being comfortable in your own skin. And it says, when you act in an authentic way, you command the world to reflect back to you exactly what is your highest good. Your business choices, the investments you make, and the creative projects you immerse yourself in are powerfully on point. Why? Because when you are fully yourself, radically accepting everything in your journey to date, both successes and failures, you will see divinity in all things. Abundance is a natural progression when you experience this kind of authenticity. So, it's saying you're ready to go. You've just ended a chapter and you're ready to begin something new, something that's more you, that you're just stepping into who you are. Because friggin', oh my God, this is ridiculous. So what is below, what's subconsciously, you have the Ace of Cups. You have the Ace of freaking Cups mirroring the Ace of Pentacles. This is like this is just really, really good energy. I haven't had a reading like this good in a long time. So the Ace of Cups, it's like it could be a new love. You might meet somebody when like doing your new job or your new creative venture, or just your new, it's just a new emotional state, like a new way of looking at things. But in my opinion, I feel like the best way to call in your soulmate, the best way to meet somebody that is just like really compatible with you. Anybody can meet anybody at any time, but is that person going to be compatible with you? Are you going to have any kind of real chance of having a long-term relationship? Who knows? That's up for opinion. But the best way to bring in like your soulmate, the best way to bring in somebody that's like super high caliber, that really fits you, is to work on yourself, work on your creative venture, and just authentically be you and throw yourself in to authenticity and doing things that make you happy, because that is how you attract in a soulmate. Hands down. Just completely focus on being authentic and doing things that you love and being creative and just being your awesome self. And then that's going to attract in your soulmate. It's kind of like that double-edged sword. But what I have as your obstacle is, for one, the Page of Pentacles, and then by the book. These are like, oh, just kidding. My bad, not your obstacles. This is your obstacles. Oh, okay. So your obstacle is the Queen of Cups, And then the signifier to that card is imagine. And this is 2. Okay, and so the Queen of Cups is all about being in touch with your emotions and being stable in your emotions and being receptive to other people's emotions. So it's like letting people, being the space, holding space for people to have their emotions, to respect their emotions, and not feeling the need to project your own into the situation. And then feeling really centered and really secure with your own emotions and not caring how other people perceive you. Not even having to put your opinion out there because you're completely secure. And the Queen is powerful like the King. The King is more dominant and really, really in control of his emotions. The Queen is too, but she's very receptive, and there's so much power in receptivity. It's like the power water has to erode like mountains. It's flexible kind of power, but it's arguably more powerful than like something that like smashes a rock. Like the sheer power that water has. I mean, people don't necessarily look at water and say, oh, this is powerful, but oh my God, it can break bones. It can kill people. It can erode mountains over time. I mean, it's very powerful, and it's powerful because of its flexibility and because of its receptivity. So this is the kind of power where Simon Sinek says this. I really like this quote. He says, the most powerful position in the room is the person that speaks last. That is a difficult position to have because it takes restraint. It takes willpower, and it just takes conditioning and maturity. So, because seek first to understand and then to be understood. And very few people can do this. It's very difficult to do. It takes a lot of emotional maturity. But it's powerful because not only do people feel heard, you get all the information before you decide what to say. But people are so in their head and they just want to be heard. They just want to talk. And people can dig themselves in a large hole. And because they're so impulsive and they have no self-control and no maturity. So, and then imagine is about being creative and creating your life, not just dictating your thoughts from what's going on around you. Having that emotional control and being stable within yourself regardless of the chaos around you, and going within and actually being a conscious creator of your world and not just a reactor to your environment. And that is your challenge. So, and I know Scorpios, you guys are like these deep wells of emotion, but you keep that under lock and key a lot of times. You don't show that. You don't show that part of you. You guys are very, very intuitive. You're very, very emotional, and you're incredibly perceptive on the motivations of other people. And you're not always talking. So you already have some of this down, but when you get triggered, it may light your fuse and you just react. So you have to be careful not to react to people in your environment, people being negative about your choices or what you're doing. If people aren't negative about what you're doing, honestly, you're not doing anything worthwhile. Like, that's going to happen. Be secure with yourself, and you don't need to worry about what other people think. It doesn't matter. You guys know what you're doing, and you got it under control. Just be really careful not to be triggered and not to be really conscious of your thoughts. Like, don't dictate your actions based on what other people are doing, because that's not you. You guys are smarter than that. You know better. But saying that's like going to be your biggest challenge is not to get triggered, not to let someone bait you. Just be secure in yourself and be a conscious creator. Don't go meditate and really do a lot of visualization as much as you can right now, because your outcome is Page of Pentacles and by the book. So to me, this would say you're building slowly but surely finances. Like, you're not super stable yet, but you're in the beginning stages, and it's coming slowly, but it's coming. And by the book It's saying that you're going to play it safe. You're going to play it by the book. As long as you are doing what you authentically love, it's okay to move slow in that area. You have like almost all the aces. It's absolutely out of control. Okay, so your self image is how you're seeing yourself right now, regardless if it's conscious or unconscious. You have the Ace of Wands, but it is reversed. It's still a good card, but it's reversed. So it's going to have a little bit of a negative, more of a negative connotation to it than if it was upright. But this is your self-image. So this does not mean this is how it is. This is just how you're seeing yourself. I think that you're holding back on starting this new venture for some reason. I'm going to get a clarity card. We're going to see why. Why you're like kind of holding back, or you're a little hesitant to start. Okay, you got the Y card. It's 31 and that's 4. So that is like a stable structure. Motives, drive, intention, the power of knowing the why. Okay, let's read that for prosperity, for your prosperity. Okay, knowing the motivation behind your career and creative venture is the ticket to your greatest success. It's time to ask yourself some probing questions. Are you driven by a desire to serve? Does your prosperity impact the greater good? When you envision your most prosperous life, are you guided by a sense of purpose or by the need to make money, acquire things, save for the future, or all of the above? No motive is bad or good, but having agendas hidden from yourself will lead to disappointment and possibly failure. Be clear about why you want the things you want. If your motives are true, accept them. If they are not, change them so you can step into an extraordinary life. I like that, but I'm going to pull one more. And then you got peace, which is 23, and it's 5. So this is freedom from attachment, radical acceptance. Okay. So yeah. So you're a little hesitant to start because I don't think you have your why put in place like you should. Like, and again, like meditate, go within. You guys are just deep people. So, I mean, you guys aren't one to shy away from thinking about what your motivations are, motivations of other people. You're really, really experts on human behavior, and that's no different when it comes to your own. You're very perceptive people. Everyone knows that. And then peace is you just figure out your why and detach from the outcome of why. So figure it out and then detach from it. So basically, if your why, I mean, you don't want to detach from like your authentic, like humanitarian service why, because that's what's going to lead you. But detach from any outcome regarding money or measures of success that society holds to be important. Obviously, measures of success that make you feel good and make you feel happy and help other people are completely different. But detach from any outcome of societal norms of success, because that will come with being authentic and doing things that you love and measuring it by your happiness and other people's happiness. Because what you have in your environment, I have the 9 of Wands. And this is a card of just kind of being tired of like the grind. Like, I feel like you just got out of a situation that probably was very driven by materialism or status, and you're just tired of it. You want to be yourself. You're sick of working for other people. You're sick of making money for people that don't share your vision, and you're tired. I mean, which makes perfect sense. But the way to not be tired is to not work anymore. The best way to not be tired is just to step in to being authentic and doing what you love to do. So I understand why you're tired. You're like, I have been fighting this battle forever. Just surrender to it. It sounds counterproductive. Like, I don't want to surrender. But when you surrender and you just give in to authenticity and you're not attached to making money or status, it's just going to come. And it feels like it's a double-edged sword, and it is. But that's what you need to do. And then you have in your advice and your overall environment as well, you have the Wheel of Fortune. And again, this is a huge card. This is a huge, huge card. It's a big thing in your life. And the Wheel of Fortune, it's already, that's like, the momentum is already there. It's already moving. You have no choice. Change is happening. It's not coming. It's happening. The wheel is moving and there's no stopping it. But there's an element that you don't have any control of in this card. But you don't have any control over this big change happening in your life, but you do have control over whether it manifests as positive or negative. And it is in the upright. The only thing that could make this card negative is if you resist the change. So resisting the change is going to bring problems, financial difficulties, but if you go with it and you don't resist it, it's going to be positive. And that doesn't mean that you don't take any control, but don't resist the change. Go with it. Your outcome card is the Moon. So this is like, again, another major arcana. And this is like lack of clarity, confusion, not having all the information, being kind of freaked out, not being able to see what's around you. So obviously we're going to pull a clarity card on that bad boy. Awesome. Milk and Honey. And this is 51, so 6. 6 is a victory card. It's a stability card. I mean, it's actually above stability. This is a success card. Milk and Honey this is one of the better cards in this deck. And you're going to get there. Things are going to work out for you. If you don't have to be clear on it. You don't have to be clear. You don't have to be attached to anything. Just do you, be authentic, and let your barometer be on you measuring how you're doing based on your happiness level and the happiness level of others. And you are going to be successful. This is one of the most successful cards in this deck. So I know it doesn't seem clear, but it's like kind of like Jack Canfield says on The Secret. Like if you're driving from New York to California, you don't need to see the whole way. I mean, you can't. You just need headlights and just to see 200 feet in front of you. And it's going to unfold and unfold until you get there. And it's saying just one foot in front of the other. Small steps. You don't plan it all out. Don't get overwhelmed by, I have to do all this. Just do the next thing. And follow your heart where it feels good, where you're happy and you're doing something that excites you and that gets you in the zone and that helps other people, and you will get success. It will just happen. And money and acclaim will be a byproduct of that. So it's saying don't get sucked back into the traps, the capitalism and the wanting success more than wanting authenticity and what makes you happy, because you deserve to be happy. And whatever you do that is authentic to you, that you love, is going to be successful. I think you have a great reading. You ended a chapter, you're moving into a new chapter of authenticity, and you're gonna be so much happier. You're gonna help so many more people. You're gonna feel good, and the money is gonna come. The success is gonna come. The acclaim is gonna come, but only if you surrender to being happy and surrender to doing what you love. I'm starting this thing at the end because I just read general, and if there's love in it, I read love. If it's career, I read career. But so at the end, I'm doing a segment that is how they feel about you. So you can, if you get a little bit of love no matter what. And I do Aries through Pisces, and I just do one card. And so whoever you're dealing with, you are going to know how they feel. Okay. And I've already done the shuffling, and we're ready to go. So, Scorpio, how they feel about you, Aries through Pisces. If you are dealing with an Aries, you have the unlabeled card that I am going to pull a different one. Oh my gosh, if you're dealing with an Aries, they love you and they see commitment with you. They see you as the end all be all. They want a future with you. If you're dealing with a Taurus, Ace of Cups, beginnings, new love. Even if you've been in a relationship, it's going to be a new phase of this. They want a future with you. They're so excited and they're committed. If you're dealing with a Gemini, you might, if they're an ex, this is a really good sign. If not, they might be dealing with an ex, or you might be dealing with an ex. But I think if you're dealing with your ex, they want to reconcile and they want a future with you. If you're dealing with a Cancer, you have the Nine of Pentacles, and they're in a really good spot, but they might not be willing or wanting to commit to a relationship right now. They might just want to date and leave their options open. If you are dealing with a Leo, they're heartbroken. They're going through some emotional pain, and they're probably not wanting a relationship right now. If you are dealing with a Virgo, they just kind of want to be alone. They're not looking for a relationship right now. If you're dealing with a Libra, they are ending something. They want to move on. If you are dealing with a Scorpio, they want to be with you, but they're not thinking long term. They're just thinking short term. It's not to say that they won't want a long term with you, but that's just they're not thinking long term right now. They're just day to day. So they like you, but might not be a forever commitment. If you're dealing with a Sagittarius, again, they're really excited about this. They really like you. They have a lot of passion for you, and they love being with you, but it might not be long term. It might just be fling energy. If you are dealing with a Capricorn, they need some time to think about it. They're not sure. If you are dealing with an Aquarius, they really like you, and they want to be in a relationship with you, and they're ready to go. They're ready to be your boyfriend, be your girlfriend, maybe even say, hey, screw it, let's get married. But this person is impulsive, so they might be rushing things. And if you are dealing with a Pisces, wow. Same thing. Like they're excited. They like to be with you, but they're impulsive, and they're thinking short term. Again, not saying it won't end up being long term, but this is right now for them. It's just right now in the moment. I hope that helped you, and I will see you in October.